Well, folks, let's talk about Project 2025. Project 2025 is a 900-page handbook called Mandate for Leadership, crafted by more than 100 conservative organizations. Essentially, it's the white Christian nationalist billionaire boys club vision for America. It would literally bring our nation to its knees. Not exaggerating. It would completely reshape our government in the image of an autocracy by consolidating power around the presidency and destroying our institutions. Folks, it's as dystopian as it gets. And let's just take a moment to think about the legions of minds who crafted this government. People who dedicated their lives to bettering our nation all the way back to the framers. What Project 2025 proposes is literally the unthinkable. It obliterates the founding principles of our country. This blueprint tells you all you need to know about who the right wants us to be and how the right wants us to be allowed to behave. It's depraved, soulless, and terrifyingly thorough. And it represents the end of our freedoms and our democracy, period. Not exaggerating. Okay, let me quickly summarize some of the basics in no particular order. Project 2025 will upend Social Security for 70 million people and Medicaid for 60 million people. We're talking about old people and disabled people getting poorer and sicker. The Head Start program that supports children's growth from birth to age 5, once the unborn are born, will be gone. Poof. Over 800,000 babies and small children will lose critical services for early learning and development, health, and family well-being. Project 2025 eliminates the Department of Education, which it calls a one-stop shop for the woke education cartel. 50 million kids go to public schools in America. Unregulated private schools will be Christian-leaning in all aspects. Kids with IEPs and special needs will be completely shit out of luck. Via the Comstock Act, the president will bypass Congress to eliminate all abortion, including abortion pills. Almost immediately this will happen. Contraception will go too. Project 2025 will transform the Department of Health and Human Services into the Department of Life. It will eliminate the notion that abortion is health care. Effectively, it will kill many women and girls. Not an exaggeration. Forced birth will be complete. Your child makes a mistake, she's having that baby. Men will be able to choose the mothers of their children even if they assault them to make that happen. IVF will be gone too. If we protest, the military will be turned on its own citizens. The police and the military will be able to squash protests by force. Any protest whatsoever for no reason. Project 2025 will remove protections for endangered species, open up many areas to oil, gas, and coal development, and abandon protections for federally owned lands. The climate catastrophes that are costing us billions and billions of dollars will be accelerated, with all climate progress reversed. The EPA will be torched. Regulations that keep us healthy will be eradicated. We will see more sickness, more harm, more cancer. Workers' protections will be gone. Workers will be exploited and underpaid. Veterans' benefits will disappear. Yep, they're going to harm veterans. Tax cuts for corporations and the top 1% will increase. Many of our civil rights will be revoked. Diversity and inclusion will be outlawed. All racial equality gains will be yanked back decades. Racism will be written into policy under the guise of protecting white conservatives. LGBTQIA folks will be unprotected walking targets. They will be treated unfairly in every space. Many will be criminalized. Project 2025 states that only heterosexual two-parent families are safe for children. You can imagine where that will go. Transgenderism will be virtually erased. Gender-affirming care for kids will be rejected and characterized as child abuse. People who look like they could be undocumented will be targeted wherever they go, regardless of their citizenship. People who have lived here the bulk of their lives will be snatched up and sent to countries they have never been to. Many will be rounded up in tent cities. The economy will suffer a huge blow from losing the workers who do jobs Americans aren't willing to do. DHS will be eliminated, which will effectively end the fight against white supremacists and anti-government militias who are currently our largest threat for domestic terrorism. Our military strategy will swing toward aggression and away from defense. Project 2025 will tank our relationships with foreign nations while steering us to cozy up to autocratic countries. All foreign policy and aid to foreign countries will be influenced to reflect the pro-life agenda. Project 2025 will replace 50,000 career civil servants with white nationalists who pledge loyalty. Blatant partisanship will replace experience and expertise. Guardrails to stop the demolition of our institutions will be gone. People who are lucky will literally flee the country. Folks who speak out will be targeted and punished. Free speech will be over. Calls for violence will be routine. People will be afraid to gather. Dem states will be relentlessly mistreated. Elections will be dubious and sketchy for the rest of our lifetimes. And that isn't even all of it, folks. Look it up. Find out for yourself. It's the worst of what we've seen dialed up beyond comprehension. This is intervention time. Tell everyone you know. Put your friendships on the line if you have to. Otherwise, the American experiment is over. Not exaggerating. Yeah.